That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to a How Do We Grade Out the Defense as we are in the bye edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find that program on YouTube. Do it, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up, helps in the search algorithm. Notifications on, you'll be alerted every time a new episode drops. Twitter, search bar Always Irish, rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails, alwaysirishindy@gmail.com. Audio only, anywhere you want me. You could get me. Call in line 312-900-8815. Make sure you're following USA Today Fighting Irish Wire. As I said before, anything I post, it'll link in the community tab on YouTube. If it's relevant to a video, I'll put it right in the description and the comments. I want you to be able to get it on video and have something different in print. Make it a part of your Notre Dame routine to get over to Fighting Irish Wire every day. So, as we do these bye breakdowns, here's something you got to keep in mind. If you're looking at the defense, talking about the defense already was the backbone of the program and still is the backbone of the program. This group has a lot shorter distance to go from now or where they entered this year to joining elite than the offense by about 9,000 miles. This unit is just further along the path of being nationally representatively competitive. In a way, nobody could say the offense is, even given the good output against North Carolina. I admit we're trending up. It's just an iffy body of work overall over on the offense. So, starting out, we got to understand that the bar was higher for the defense than the offense for the reason I just stated. They were already pretty good, and we've leaned on them for the last 5 years. We've had double-digit wins. And I feel bad for the Notre Dame defense sometimes. Folks, as good as these defenses have been the last 5 years, and this one's hanging in there this year, imagine how much better they'd be with an elite quarterback and a real big boy offense scoring 42 a week. Something like that where you don't have to be pitching shutouts to win. Where you don't have to feel like if you don't get a pick six, we're not going to score today. A boy can dream, right? And so I guess you saw a little dream of what it could be against North Carolina. But that's something to keep in mind with this defense. They were already further along the road. They have a shorter way to get where I need them to be to where I think they could compete in a playoff game than the offense by miles. So this group has not been perfect at all, but they aren't why we lost the games we lost. I'm not putting on them. The games we lost, I'm not putting on the defense. Giving up an average of 24 a game. I always say I shoot for 17 as my target in this hot window of Notre Dame defense. Definitely under 20, but I'm shooting for 17. And I know that's asking a lot. The defense has earned that scrutiny and respect because they have been the backbone, the driver of any successes Notre Dame's had the last 5 years. And so, yeah, I push them and expect a lot out of them. But at the same time, it's like, John, 17's your target. Man, that's not a lot of leeway for the defense. Sorry, man. I need them to keep it in a range where I think our offense could score enough to win. 17's about it a lot of the time. So the defense is in a tough spot, man, especially the first couple games, 2.5 games. Offense can't do diddly poo. And the defense is out there all the time. Take a sip of water, 3 and out, get back out there. Got to get your ankle wrapped. Don't have time. Offense went 3 and out again. Get back out there. Like, they've been put in a bad spot. The Notre Dame defense has carried the weight of this entire program. It's like walking around town with a grand piano on your back. That's what this defense has had to be, and I'm sick of it. I love them for it, but I'm mad at Notre Dame that they can never figure out the offense. Why is it too much to ask that I look at Notre Dame's offense and defense and say those are both two really solid, high-level winning units? Why can I not get that at Notre Dame? Why? Now, I know things are trending up, and I admit that with that offense. But I'm talking about overall. I'm not going to let one North Carolina game where they have no defense wipe out like all of the last handful of year of Kelly bad offenses or struggling offenses, what we did the first 2.5 games this year. North Carolina doesn't undo all that just because it's the most recent. I still have those scars, and so do you. So do you. So I feel bad for Notre Dame's defense. They got to carry the program. It's not been high-level complementary football, and that puts pressure on that D. So far, you can nitpick some things with timing and when to call a safety double blitz, or if one guy should have came, not to, whatever. There are little things to nitpick. Overall, Al Golden, pretty good so far. I don't have a problem with Al. I don't. Some of the timing on some of what they did is a little iffy. Yeah, but like sometimes you get burned, I don't know. But let's get into the groups. D-line, C. Again, I'm in a situation where they look better the last game and a half, but I cannot ignore that we lost 2 games. I was relying on them to be a strength of the program in the first 2 weeks. They didn't cause any disruption. Like, dog, you're supposed to be the strength of that defense, the engine. And the first 2.5 games, I didn't see it. And I got to ding you for that. Those 2 losses killed us. So I got to ding you for that. I'm not falling victim to recency bias. Yes, the offense was bad in the games we lost. That's also why I needed the defense to make more disruptive plays and get a turnover, which they couldn't do. So it isn't their fault they lost those games, but what was supposed to be the strength of the team in them, they weren't, and that's disappointing. However, they're trending up. Foskey's getting dialed in and cranked up. Like, I love to see it again. They are trending up, and this group's going to keep getting better the rest of the year. Lacey, Cross, love it. Foskey's getting heated up. Mills is in the action. Patello saw some action, all that. Give me the Twins for the wins. Okay. I like what I see. I really do. They're getting more active. I'm just frustrated when we needed them most to not lose the first 2. We couldn't get it. Moving on. Linebackers, D. They're just not nearly as good as we thought. They were a bit better against North Carolina, but still, this was another group we thought was going to be athletic and active and disruptive and causing havoc and all that. I'm just not impressed with what I'm seeing. Looked better against North Carolina. 2 linebackers led the team in tackles. I just expected it to look better, and it hasn't. So hopefully it improves, but it's been rough. And again, that's a unit where I ask, can I get some Sneed? Can I get more of that Collie? Oh, can I get something? Because I'm not getting a lot of action. Now, here's a good one. Here's a pleasant surprise, folks. Secondary, what a pleasant surprise. This is kind of the opposite of what we have going on with most other groups in the team. They actually started the year looking a lot better and ended it in the recency bias of looking a little rough against North Carolina. However, unlike a lot of the areas of this team, most of those errors were mental in the secondary with some of those coverage busts and miscommunications, big chunk plays to Carolina. I could deal with that. That mental stuff can get cleaned up over the bye week. You know what can't? Not having any bodies that can play wide receiver. The bye doesn't help you there. But mental stuff with that secondary and some of the younger guys, all that could be worked on in a bye. Overall, really solid group so far. Pleasantly surprised with them. And the good part is, here's what else I like. You have a good blend. You have your veteran guys back there, right? You have Joseph, you have Hart, you have those guys, you have Bracey, but you also have younger guys in the mix too. Mickey Morrison, I like that. So it's a good blend. And for the first time in a long time, I can honestly look at that room in the secondary and feel like brighter days are ahead, and I think that room's going to get better the next few years. That's terrific. That is something Notre Dame's desperately needed for, I don't know, how many years? My entire cognizant life. That's how long. That is how long. I am 37 years old. Every single year that I can remember Notre Dame football, they need a better secondary play. It hasn't been good enough. So God bless them that they're on the right track there. I love to see it. So overall, yes, I needed more out of that defense early. But no, it's not their fault we lost the games we lost. They cannot be expected to do everything all the time. The offense needs to play complementary football and support that defense in a winning effort every week. Every week. So hopefully North Carolina is a starting point for that trend. But this defense is asked to do a lot and has been asked to do a lot for a bunch of years. It is time for Notre Dame to have a real offense that can support the team. All right? So overall, I don't know, B- defense, B. You left a lot to be desired in the losses, but are not the main reason we lost. So B, solid B, somewhere in there. On the positives, I think this defensive line's going to continue to find their groove and get better. I want to see that secondary come together more, have the young guys get some more experience back there. I would love to just see more production and activity out of that linebacking group. Whether it's a younger guy, give some guys some snaps, or these guys snap out of it that are playing, that don't get off blocks, get washed out of plays, bad angles. I don't know what's going on there, but I hope it improves. But overall, man, I feel bad every time I have to go at the defense for anything because it's so much what they've done for this program. So, I don't know. Not perfect. A work in progress. Closer to elite than the offense by 9,000 miles. And there's always things that have been a nitpick. It's not why we have 2 losses, though. It ain't the defense, all right? So keep getting better. That's the goal, all right? Get better over to bye. Come ready to play BYU in the desert, all right? Defense, I appreciate you. I don't even want to think what this program would look like without what you've done in the last 5 years. Everybody involved, thanks.